Hello guys, about time I finally do this. I've been working my arse off on this thing for a long time, a Enjoy Your Life video, and it has been very frustrating. So we start off, my name is Hadyn, as you guys know. Now, my name was supposed to be spelled H-A-Y-D-N, instead it's been spelled H-A-D-Y-N, which is actually spelled wrong. There's quite a few ways of spelling my name, but the registrar insisted that it was spelled H-A-D-Y-N. So that is how my name is spelled. So I'm actually used to people spelling my name wrong. It's quite frustrating. Everyone does it, even in hospitals. So something I have to deal with for the rest of my life, really. But anyway, I was born with a twin brother. We are completely unidentical, and the age between us is 10 minutes. I'm sorry about the crappy drawings. I had to speed this up. It's really frustrating. But anyway, I was born with a condition called Cruzan syndrome, which affects the skull growth at birth. The nurses and the doctors had no idea what it was until my dad found out. I have 5 other brothers, including one twin. They have no condition whatsoever, so there's no gene in the family that has my condition. I suppose I was unlucky. So I spent a lot of my time in hospital when I was a baby, and had a lot of surgery. My mum was always there to support me throughout everything, and I'm so lucky to have her. So after all the surgery, I went to school with my twin brother. It was quite hard to fit in because everyone just kept staring at me all the time because I was different to a lot of the kids there, and they had no clue what was wrong with me. So it was hard telling each one of them that I have a condition. So during my school days, I used to get bullied quite often. I used to get punched in the face quite a lot. And all the bullies seemed to do was laugh at me. That's all they ever did. So I spent a lot of time crying when I was a kid, and the bullies would not stop. So I was constantly in tears. Until one day in PE, when I was putting a tight jumper off, it got caught under the eye, really bottom eyelid, causing my eye to come out slightly. Ever since then, people come up with a new nickname for me, Popeye. It's one of many names that the kids were calling me back then. So every time when someone called me it, I was constantly in tears. One of many nicknames I had when I was a child. One day I was paired up with this bully for PE. We played hockey, and one day he hit me with the head with a hockey stick, using it as a golf club, knocking me clean out. So of course, straight after I got rushed to the medical room to find out I have a big dent in my forehead. So I often ask myself, why did you do this? Why? What was the need for it? So many things kept going through my head, and I was constantly sad all the time. Sometimes I even thought about suicide. Quite a lot, actually. But then I thought to myself, you know what, I'm not going to let bullies get me down and make me think these kind of things. I'm going to live my life and not let them ruin it. So I did. So soon enough, I met a friend, which was my best friend back in the day. That's when I started to get happy. I started to have someone to hang around with and be friends with. We've done a lot of things together. We even thought about taking up skateboarding. And we were actually really good at it. We've done it quite often, and I really enjoyed it, no matter how bad it was to my health and risky. So I went back to the hospital to have this 9-hour operation actually. This was a complete reconstruction of my face to get rid of the sleep apnea which I had, and to make my eyes seem smaller. I got treated in a hospital called Great Ormond Street, also known as Gosh. You know, I spent most of my life in this hospital, and I loved every minute of it. Well, obviously not the pain, but the nurses treated me really well, and I loved them. It's like a second home to me. So I had that 9-hour operation when I was 8 years old, and I looked so much different before and after. Even my friends were quite shocked, and some of them actually cried when they saw me again. Of course, we were kids. They just had no idea what happened to me, and why it happened. So I spent a lot of my days playing the PS1, as you do when you were kids. And I spent a lot of days playing the computer when I was at school, which happened quite often. And of course the biggest part of my childhood was skateboarding. I loved it with a passion. I played football for a team called Lee Green. I was actually a left midfielder. I was a pretty good footballer. Won my fair share of trophies as well, including a disability one, which is a really big trophy in my cabinet. It made me really happy. So my mum and dad bought me a keyboard when I was a kid, and actually picked it up really well and learnt things really fast. I couldn't even read music, I just listened to it and then played it straight away. So it wasn't just the keyboard I enjoyed doing, I also loved drawing. I used to love to draw The Simpsons, especially Homer. So my whole childhood basically consisted of skateboarding and playing games. I loved the old school consoles like the PS1 and the Nintendo 64. You know, I had a dream when I was a kid. I used to always dream about being a pizza man when I was older. I used to love watching the guys spin the pizzas on their finger when I was watching cartoons. When I came back from my very first holiday, I came up with the idea of starting the camera work and making videos. The main videos I wanted to make were YouTube videos. I wanted to teach people about my condition and help people cope a better life with Cruzon syndrome, hydrocephalus, and to tell them about my experiences. So after making quite a lot of YouTube documentary videos, I got contacted by a TV production team to asking me whether I wanted to participate in a programme. So I went to have the interview, and they wanted me to take part in a programme called Beauty and the Beast. So after the interview, a couple of people came through the door and asked me whether I wanted to take part in another documentary called The Undateables. And because I never had a date or a girlfriend, this news made me really happy. I get a dating experience. And ever since I participated in the programme, I made a lot of new friends. So my life completely changed for the better. And then I experienced my first love. I absolutely loved it. It made me so happy, but it didn't end too well at all. My heart was broken. Shortly after, my friends had left me. I didn't really have anyone, so I was always alone. I even quit skateboarding for a bit. I spent a lot of time in my room playing World of Warcraft pretty much every single day, interacting with my new online friends, the only people I really spoke to. So I've done that pretty much every single day, in the morning and at night, for quite a long time. So I ended up going back to hospital all the time to get more facial surgery done, some that was needed and some that wasn't, just to get my confidence back up, to get my life back on track, so I didn't have any confidence at all. Ever since I had my cheekbone implants, I've had nothing but problems, and more surgery to try and correct it. It was non-stop. My life was pretty much ruined. So after putting up with many years of health problems, I decided to start my life and apply for a job at Tesco's. So I really wanted to change my life, even though it was really hard for me. But ever since I've done that, I got an interview and I've got a job. So that made me really happy to get out there and start living. There's a lot of things that's happened in my life, so I'm sorry that it's short. I can't put everything in that's happened, otherwise it'll be hours long. So there you go guys, the worst Short Your Life video ever created, and please did not ask me to do this kind of video again, because it gave me nothing but headaches and frustration. It was so frustrating. I'm actually going to have a drink right now to celebrate that I've actually finished it. At least it's done now. It's an accomplishment, I guess. But thanks a lot for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I will speak to you soon in a normal blog video. Take care.